I'm going to give you a Zone 3 garden tour. We are mid-August, almost at the end of the official frost-free growing period. We have about 30-ish days left of above freezing, so that actually means I have to go into either fall winter crops here very soon / start removing plants. I'm going to show you what my garden looks like in Zone 3 at the middle of August, towards the end of August. It is starting to look very sad. Things are starting to die back. Everything's looking a little bit haggard because of wind and hails and heavy rains and really high heats, you name it. So I'm going to show you what's normal. This is a non-curated video, so I didn't go through and weed anything. I didn't apply like any sort of fungicides. You're going to see things like powdery mildew, all very normal aspects of a garden. I would say what my garden looks like right now is very classic mid-August garden. This is what my gardens look like every year for the past 10 years that I've been gardening on my own. And I would say my mom's garden, my grandma's garden has always kind of looked similar to this as well. And I'm sure many experienced gardeners are going to comment down below and be like, yep, that's status quo. Things just aren't looking pretty this time of year. So let's start over on this side here. By the way, my garden tours, if you're new, they're very uncut. I don't go through and like edit them too much. So if you're bothered by that, I apologize. So any Hoosers, down here is my tomatoes. Now I have quite a few tomatoes in here. This guy is so darn heavy with tomatoes. He's like actually pulling the entire plant down. This is buffalo. So it's like a yellow kind of tomato. These guys in here are Brandywines. I really do like those. In here I have millions. So the flower stems on these actually is like this entire thing. So they're quite long. I just pick off of these as needed. I have so many cherry tomatoes at this point. I need to start pickling them. I'm going to do a video on what you can do with tomatoes when you have like an abundance of them. So I'm going to start pickling those ones. They're really tasty, I promise. They don't taste pickled, if that makes any sense. And then I have these really unique ones. They're pears. I'm going to show you. I got these from Jessica from Arcopia. I think they're just like the neatest thing. So this is what they look like. I think they're just the most unique little things ever. I think there's one actually kind of ready down here. Yeah, that's like the end result. I think these are just the coolest. I'm going to leave that one because I want to seed save from it, but those I think are just so cool. Then I have ginormous sunflowers. I planted these late. I don't think that these are going to flower before first frost, unfortunately. Like they don't even really have, God, I can't even reach this. They really don't even have heads on them yet. So unfortunately, I don't think these guys are gonna make it to the end. Hopefully they will, but I don't think they're going to. This guy, I'm gonna bring inside this year. Usually I just let them die off, but he's so happy and healthy. It's a parlor palm. I will show you guys how to bring indoor plants inside. It is a little bit of a process to bring indoor plants back inside because they do have pests, but it is possible. And I'm going to show you how to do it. But yeah, that guy I think I'm going to bring inside. This is just insanity over here. So these are pumpkins. They are kind of growing out everywhere. I tried to take these and actually stake them into the soil that kind of runs here. It works sometimes, doesn't others. Other times. In here, I have, that is a pumpkin coming from here. And then I do have zucchini in here. So that's my zucchini plant. I'm over it. I'm over zucchinis at this point. So kind of letting some hang out. So in here, this whole zone is just like wrecked. So we went on vacation and yeah, my dogs got in here, very obviously. The dog sitter did not realize that the dogs dig. My dogs do dig. And so I have just like some kale left, not much. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm not going to replant this. I do not fall crop here because of the dogs. This is one of my lowest beds that doesn't have like a trellis type system, and therefore it is the most likely to get hit by those guys. So this bed, I never expect much from it because of that. So on my plants, my pumpkins, as well as my zucchinis, cucumbers, I'm starting to get powdery mildew. So you're seeing it here. It's usually much worse this time of year for me. You can see it's not really anywhere else. So it is in this one area. So I did a video on how to treat powdery mildew last year, years ago. And I said sulfur and then whey. So whey protein in particular works fantastically. And I was using whey up until about a week ago. And I feel like it's just not quite enough yet. So, or anymore. So I'm using my kefir whey. So basically I leave my kefir out for 2-3 days, way longer than you need to. And you kind of get that separation. So you get the curdle, kind of cottage cheese looking stuff. And then you get like this liquid on top. The liquid is whey. So that's what I'm spraying on the leaves. I don't dilute. You could dilute, but I don't dilute. 50-50 is a general recommendation. And then I'm using this. So this is sulfur dust. I just got this off Amazon. And then this is also off Amazon. It's a powder sprayer thing. So you can use this with diatomaceous as well as sulfur. So I'll show you kind of like how much of this I apply. And I spot apply it to areas that look particularly bad. And then I kind of do like a light dusting everywhere. Okay. So this guy, sometimes it gets like kind of bunched up on the bottom. Oh God, watch it not show up on camera. Okay, it's not even spraying out yet. There we go. So preferably don't do this on a windy day. But yeah, this is all I do. And if it rains, if you water the leaves, you gotta redo it. So I just kind of go through and I really hit the leaves that I physically can see a lot on. So like this guy, I can see some, and it stinks. It smells like rotten eggs. Very normal. I do have thrip damage as well. That is what that pitting is. I have a video coming out on that actually. Yeah, see, this is all thrip damage, that yellowing, but that is powdery mildew. So yeah, I just hit it with this and it stops it pretty much in its tracks. Of course, the sun decided to come out and play now. So my camera's like, excuse me. And then whenever I treat powdery mildew, I also treat the mulch / soil, very important. And because my compost is right next to this, I am going to treat my compost just because the powdery mildew just kind of like blows over this way. I don't want to have to reapply that. So I am going to put some in there. And then the benefit of the trellis style is that I just kind of smoke out this entire section. Oh God, you gotta angle it down. I just smoke out in here, and then it kind of just blows up into the canopy, kind of just casting all over everything. So yeah, that's what I do. Super simple and incredibly effective. More. See, once I start, I can't stop. It's a thing. Get my pumpkin. There are my pumpkins. I have 2. I do have them strapped up when I trellis them here. Front yard ones I don't have strapped up, but I'll show you kind of like how I protect them from mold. Okay, in here, my tomatoes are on the last stand. They have so much heat stress, but that's fine. There's not much tomato action on them anymore. I've picked a lot of this off of this. I have 5 bread bags of tomatoes in my basement, in the freezer. So that's kind of where that's at. I see some in the back I gotta pick. Oh, very much so need to pick. Okay, here we have the front yard. Lots of people are liking the whole front yard garden idea, so which is nice. I was actually shocked by it. I thought I was gonna get more like nasty letters in the mail, but I didn't. So that's good. But I have more tomatoes. So these are actually mostly Romas. I think, so they look like determinants, but they're not. I'm pretty sure someone, because I got these from the store, I'm pretty sure at the greenhouse, someone had pruned them by accident, and bromas, if you did not know, you do not prune. So they kind of look a little bit short and stout compared to what they should be, but that's what this is. In here, I have cauliflower. I'm letting go to seed because I want to grab some seeds off that. I have purple cabbage. He's not quite yet ready. Cabbage, These are all zinnias. Literally, this is all harvested in here. So I left the broccoli, kohlrabi, bits and bobs in place to act as like a cover crop, I guess you could say. And then these are zinnias. Here is a ginormous cabbage. He's so big. I'm so excited to harvest him, but we're gonna leave him for right now. Kohlrabi, that was unharvested. And then, what is that? Oh, that's cauliflower, again, left in place kind of as a cover crop. Here you can see more signs of heat damage. So we have some powdery mildew damage, but this really yellowing, pale pumpkin leaf is heat. It's heat and sun, too intense. You can tell again, the ones in the backyard are doing a lot better. And the reason they're doing better is because they're not nearly as stressed out. So yeah, that's what that looks like. And that's where I have 2 pumpkins, very tiny. Here I have more kale. This is lettuce I've let go to seed. Again, seed saving because I'm cheap and I don't want to buy it. So that's what I'm doing with these. Have lettuce. So this is going to be a winter crop area. So I'm actually going to cover this with poly. So I have some lettuce started in there. That is oregano. These are beets. Again, winter crop, very young still, not nearly the size of the ones I have at the farm. More stuff gone to seed. This is again very normal for me. I'm doing broccoli. I want to save some seeds off of them. This is another lettuce plant. Here is where I had my garlic, if you've been watching me all summer. And now I have my carrots, and I'm going to harvest these throughout the fall. So again, these were just started here at the beginning of August and a July period. So that's where I'm at here. I don't thin. So my thinning method is to not thin and then thin as I need food. Here we have more tomatoes, sunflowers, but mostly tomatoes, cosmos. These ones in the front are doing between what the ones in the back that are shaded and the ones that are in full sun are doing, because this isn't like full intense sun, but they're doing okay-ish. Sunflowers, tomatoes. I busted that one and it's aroma. I was trying to put it up this twirly steak. I don't like the twirly steak. I'm over it. I'm not using those anymore. In this, I have onions, cabbage, and parsley. So I need to harvest from this because I need to plant into this. This is very obviously my self-watering bed and also fall-winter garden area. More cabbage. I haven't really taken the time to look at it, but something is eating this and I don't know what it is. It's got to be something that's not easily transferred by leaves, because that cabbage is completely fine. This one is right done dickered up. These are my runner beans. I did this because it looks pretty. I don't eat runner beans. I just plant them. They are nitrogen fixers, so I'll probably put a pumpkin in this patch or like a heavy feeder in this patch next year, but it looks really pretty. I have twinkle lights on it, so it kind of like twinkles at night, but yeah, that's all this is. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I'm kind of boring. I have like some garlic, I have some spring onions I harvested, I have tomatoes I harvested cucumbers, beets, carrots, obviously lettuce, radishes, turnips, that sort of thing so far. And I'm gonna start putting in cover crops and then also my fall winter crops, because I'm going to try to do that here in zone 3. I'm gonna do a video on it. It's kind of complicated to do it in this lova zone. It may or may not be worth your time depending on how much you enjoy gardening, whether or not you have garden fatigue, but regardless, I'm gonna do a video on that. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give this a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below where your garden's at, what issues you're having, because you telling the audience what issues you're having helps instill confidence in what they're doing. Because I think a lot of beginners are probably looking at their August garden and they're like, no, it's terrible, I failed, it all looks like junk. But it will because of the heat. I want to thank you for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.